Have you ever felt like you got an amazing deal on something only to feel ripped off later? Well, there's a good chance you walked right into a hidden business model. It's a strategy that's so common you've probably fallen for it dozens of times. And once I show you how it works, you're going to start seeing it absolutely everywhere. So, to get our heads around this, let's start with a feeling I think we've all had. You know, that sinking feeling in your gut when you realize a bargain wasn't really a bargain at all. I mean, come on, who has this not happened to? You find this incredible high-tech printer for like 50 bucks. You think, wow, what a steal. But then, a few months down the line, the ink runs out. You go to buy a new cartridge and bam, it costs almost as much as the printer itself. It's maddening, right? And if you've ever felt that sting, that feeling of being totally conned, I'm here to tell you, you're not crazy. That feeling is 100% by design. It's a deliberate and, you gotta admit, kind of genius strategy. And this strategy? Oh yeah, it has a name. It's called the razor and blade model, and it's one of the most successful business models in history. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it works. The basic idea is actually super simple. It's famously linked to King C. Gillette. Yep, that Gillette. The plan is you sell the main item for cheap, maybe even at a loss, just to get it in the customer's hands. Then you make all your real money on the stuff they have to keep buying to use it. Okay, so it really breaks down into 3 simple but brilliant steps. First, you've got the razor. This is the bait. That's your super cheap printer or coffee machine. The price is so low, you just can't say no. Step 2 is the hook. This is the ink cartridges, the coffee pods, the things you actually need to make the razor work. And this is where they make a massive profit. And finally, the most important part, the trap. That little blade or cartridge is designed to only work with their razor. You can't just buy a cheaper one from someone else. You are officially locked in. All right, now that you know that 3-step formula, bait, hook, trap, get ready. Because you are about to see this model absolutely everywhere. It's like the secret engine running behind so many products you use every single day. And this just lays it all out perfectly. You've got the classic printer and its crazy expensive ink. You've got those slick-looking Nespresso and Keurig machines, that's your cheap razor, and then the never-ending stream of pricey coffee pods, which are the blades. And get this, video game consoles do it too. Sony and Microsoft will often sell a brand new PlayStation or Xbox for barely any profit, sometimes even losing money. Why? Because they make a killing on the blades, the games, and the online subscriptions. And yep, even your electric toothbrush. The handle is the razor, and those expensive little replacement heads you have to buy, those are the blades.
But hold on, because here's where it gets really interesting. This model is so powerful that some of the biggest companies in the world have taken it and completely flipped it upside down.
It's called the reverse razor and blade model. So instead of a cheap razor and expensive blades, a company will sell you the main product, the razor, for a really high price. But then they give you the blades, the consumables, for cheap or even for free. The goal is exactly the same, though. Lock you into their ecosystem. And the undisputed champion of this reverse model is a little device that a whole lot of you are probably holding right now. We're talking about the Apple iPhone. Just think about it for a second. The iPhone itself is that expensive, high-profit razor. But the blades, they aren't something physical you buy. The blades are things like iMessage, with the blue bubbles, and FaceTime, and your free iCloud storage. They don't cost you anything extra, but they work so seamlessly together that they make the whole Apple ecosystem incredibly sticky. It becomes a real pain to even think about leaving. Those free blades are the lock. So now you know how to spot both versions of this model out in the wild. But what's the big takeaway here? Well, it means you can become a way smarter consumer just by asking yourself one simple question. Here's what it all boils down to. When you buy that cheap printer or that fancy new smartphone, you're not really just buying a single thing. What you're really doing is subscribing to its entire ecosystem. You're making a long-term commitment to keep buying their ink, their coffee pods, their games, or to just stay inside their digital world. So the next time you see a deal that looks almost too good to be true, just pause for a second. Ask yourself the one question this whole model is designed to make you forget. What is the real long-term cost here? That upfront price might just be the bait. The real question is whether the price of the blades is something you're actually willing to pay.